Just a few pair of shoes to bring to the boys. So they have something nice for Christmas. Starting to pack, getting ready to go. Got some candies and other stuff for the kiddos. Got clothes and jeans and gloves and other things. Towels. Hopefully we'll be there soon. This particular model of chainsaw was brand new that I bought for my uncle, or Kuya Calvin. He had some bad luck with the local chainsaws that he bought in the Philippines. They would always have carburetor problems or some sort of running problems. So, he had mentioned to me that he had that problem. So on this trip, I decided that I would get a new one for him, an Echo brand, which is a really excellent brand. Same quality as steel, but they don't rob you in terms of pricing like steel does. This is genuine, so hopefully this will give him a lot of good use in his farm. So the plane was delayed 4 hours, lost the baggage, and when I got into the check-in, the front desk took my passport, took my One Health Pass QR code, and then set me up for the hotel. They delivered my luggage up to my room, and since it's 10 o'clock, the room service here at the Holiday Inn Galleria in Ortigas City, it's only from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but they knew I hadn't eaten yet. So they were nice enough to run for me to 7-Eleven to get my favorite all time. It's always what I crave when I come here. This is it right here. Ooh, let me see if you can see, guys. Can you see that? Hold on. This is my favorite. This is Siopao Asado. Always gotta have it. I'm probably eat more of this when I come home than I do anything else. It's so good. Well, anyways, that is the summary. Going from JFK nonstop, which I never did before. It was quite the long flight. I look forward to that short stop in either Hong Kong or Taiwan or South Korea or Japan, because I can stretch my legs, I can contact home, I can get some food, but none of that this time. And I don't really know if it saves you time with the delays and the lost baggage, and like I said before, don't know if it really saves you a lot of time. But if it goes straight 17 hours, it does save you quite a bit of time. Especially, I think it would be a great service if this quarantine gets lifted. Just as a note, the last time I came home in March of 2021, the plane was empty. I had the whole row to myself. I laid down, I went to sleep. Coming back was the same way. This time around, booked solid, full of people on top of each other. And I think, my theory is that because a lot of people have gotten their vaccination and boosters, and it's the holidays right now. It's December 12th. So people were really clamoring to get home. But that's about it. Any comments, write some on the bottom and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Any questions, do the same thing. And just wanted to say hi to Will and Chick, GD Mead, and a lot of my subscribers that are tuning in for this second time that I've gone home to work on the farm. Always, I want to thank Kim, Ryan, and Tyler, Nana and Obi for all their support. Unfortunately, this trip is not just about the farm. There's also some things that are going on that I need to take care of. Can't wait to see my dad.
the cut in the front. Ano yan, John? Ito, John. Hindi ko naman. Ha? Sa iba? Lay lang tayo sa mga kulokin na ahente. Okay. Tignan po tayo dito. Magkalbas na tayo.
So we are looking for grass cutter.
Pero magkano ang grass cutter mo? 4-stroke?
We are in search of a grass cutter 4-stroke, a water pump that's gas powered, and also a generator for the lot or farm. Come to find out that there are multiple prices for the same type of tool. For example, an original grass cutter will be the most expensive. Then there is the Class A, which is an imitation that's made in Thailand with Chinese parts, and then there's the generic, which is made in China, which is the least expensive. A lot of the tools we came to find out from the vendors is that they basically are the same exact tools that come from the same Chinese factory. They're just rebranded and have different stickers or some minor changes on the exterior of the units. But overall, they're basically from the same company or manufacturer. What you need to remember is that you can bargain at this place where you buy tools. It's one long street. This is the Ingo tool store. I found their prices to be reasonable. We found a very hard to find fencing pliers for barbed wire installation. So this is where we got that and a couple of other pliers. They're fairly good brand. I would say they are comparable to like a Sears product. Not as good as a Craftsman from Sears, but like a Stanley tool, that would be the equivalent. They are more expensive than the other places, but they have a complete line. So we bought a few things from them.
Ito yung 5,000.
Opo. Mas maganda po kasi quality ng Yamato. Kaysa sa Scout.
5,000. Okay.
Mura lang talaga yung Scout.
Okay. Ano Scout?
Oo, yun yung take part.
For the grass cutter, I had various choices for a 4-stroke. Particularly in this shop, they're trying to prep a 4-stroke grass cutter that I bought. The prices were all over the place, from 13 to 15,000 to 7,000 for a Class A to a 5,500 for an imitation, and a Chinese one for 4,800. Since we found out they basically came from the same factory, except for the original model, I went for the 4,800 Chinese made, and it turned out to be pretty good. It worked fine.
We're gonna get
The critical thing to do here is you always want them to put it together before you buy it. You have to try it first. Especially with the grass cutter, the original shaft that they fitted it with was so tight that the motor couldn't be pulled to turn over. So we actually, had to get a different shaft for that grass cutter, and it worked fine. So always have them put it together. This particular place here, we were able to barter down this 1,000-watt generator inverter and also get a water pump here for a much lower price than the other competitor where we got the grass cutter from. This particular inverter generator was a brand new model that just came out. I made a mistake and bought it. This generator lasted only for 2 hours before the electricals and the winding burnt out, and it's now a useless piece of boat anchor. Lesson learned, don't buy anything new in terms of technology in the Philippines, especially generators. Just buy the tried and true. That way you know it's working, and it's been working for years. This particular generator, like I said, looked great, sounded great, worked good for 2 hours, then crapped out. No parts available at the province where I stayed. They told me it was too new, and they had similar problems with another 2 generators like this they had imported from Manila. They crapped out during demonstration, and they also crapped out after about an hour of use. Completely, totally useless. Don't buy this generator. That's the inverter. This particular water pump we got a great price on, and when we tried it at the lot, it worked great. However, it couldn't pull water from 36 feet deep. So, you know, this particular gas water pump is good for its application if you use it for the right application. I used it for the wrong application. So now I have a water pump that's slightly used that I am now selling because I can't use it. Here we have one of the many residents of Manila waving hello at everyone and every subscriber of Marinella Hobby Farm. Till next time, guys, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button because we'd really appreciate growing the channel with your help. Thank you.